3, 2.
Hey guys, we're back with another episode of My Other Buddy Devin.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm Devin.
And I'm Devin.
Yeah, then you're my other buddy Devin.
That's my other buddy Devin right there. It's in the name, it's in the room.
It's
you feel
in the name,
that?
It's in the climate.
There's something in the air tonight, and that's Devin's.
I could feel it coming in my hair tonight. Oh Lord.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going with it. We got a cool episode lined up for you guys today. We got a very special guest. Bryan Woolridge is on the show.
He's gonna be on a little bit later.
Yeah, a little bit later. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics of all time: planes, trains, and automobiles. Not the movie, but the actual modes of transpo.
Yeah, I actually have a recent story about. So I just got back from my honeymoon a couple months ago, and we were trying to do that whole like, it's our honeymoon, can we get something like extra? And they're like, oh yeah, we got you, like wink wink, and they just put us in an exit row, and like that was their bumping us up. So basically, for our honeymoon, all they did was like put us in charge of lives.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you know what? Sometimes when you got a lot of responsibility, it's kind of like a turn on. Like every time I like am given responsibility, I just get this like real hot feeling in my body, and the blood like rushes from my head down to like my lower torso and fills up this balloon I have down there, and it's ridiculous. Anyway,
like
go on.
Anything, or is that just like life or death thing?
Just responsibilities in general. You know, they get me rock hard.
Your mom's like, clean your room, and you're like, fuck yeah, tell me again.
Yeah, say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, tell me to clean my fucking room again.
Got to get the car washed today. Oh, you want me to watch your dog for a week? You better believe I'm gonna watch the fuck out of that dog.
Watch that fucking dog.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You go out of town. You give me the keys to your house. Yeah.
It's like one of those like ASMR videos on porn, but it's just like telling you things you have to do.
You gotta pay your taxes this month.
Yeah. We really need you to go clean out the dumpster. It's really gross.
The government is furloughed. You have to fill out your taxes in advance.
Oh, yeah. I really hope someone is listening to this and like was like really getting into it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's like, oh fuck yeah.
Somebody's like, it's almost like I have responsibilities. Hold on, I gotta go smack off in the bathroom.
Sorry, I have to get away from the gym. I have to go jerk off in your bathroom. Because everyone listening to this is on a treadmill.
Yeah. I mean, basically, that's what I imagine our listeners like. You know?
It's funny. Every time I listen to a podcast, they're always like, whenever they reference people who are listening, they're always like, if you're at the gym, but it's always like comedy podcasts, and it's like no one at the gym is trying to like laugh on a treadmill, or at least I'm not, because every time I listen to a comedy podcast at the gym, I feel like an idiot.
Oh yeah,
like I'll be just like sitting there like walking on the I don't run on the treadmill, I walk. And like a joke will come up and I'll just laugh, and people are just looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy?
I feel you, man. Like at the gym, I usually bring my Nintendo Switch with me and try to play Super Smash Brothers while I'm running full speed on the treadmill. I play as Captain Falcon. I'm a cheap player. I've always played as Captain Falcon because I don't like to actually compete with people. I like to just kind of fix the game.
So you think that Captain Falcon is like a hard, like one of the best characters?
Yeah, you just wait for people to land, you time that Falcon punch, and you launch them into the fucking ether.
Every time I play, I always pick Captain Falcon, but I never knew that. And they always look at me, oh, Captain Falcon. And I always thought like they just were jealous. That I got him. But I guess like he's a good guy.
Oh, he's good.
I know nothing about video games, dude.
Solid Snake's really good in the new one if you fucking
I don't know
play
the fuck
it.
that
Snake,
is.
I guess. I don't fucking play
Snake
Metal Gear.
Plissken?
No, but that would be a cool ass character.
That would be awesome. Who is Snake Plissken? I just kind of pulled that name out of nowhere.
He's from Escape from New York and Escape from LA.
Oh yeah, Kurt Russell.
Yeah, he's real badass. Like
Really?
I wish that was my like dad or uncle or some kind of paternal figure. It would show me how to use guns and raise livestock and fucking just, you know, really, really kill it as like a grown person.
I like imagine you coming home from school and you're like, Dad, like I got an A, and he's like, oh yeah, well I just ripped someone's tongue out.
Did you get an A in defusing this nuclear weapon that someone planted in downtown Manhattan? I don't think so. I just had to kill a guy.
Like, no, I just got an A in PE.
Yeah, because I'm strong like you, Dad. Wait, you're talking about transpose. So you got moved to the the exit row?
Yeah, like it was cool because we had maybe 6 inches more of room on the plane, but we got stuck next to this lady who didn't know personal space. She was on my armrest, and spoiler alert, the armrest was the remote for the TV that was in front of me. So the entire flight, I just got to watch her change the channel. It was just like flipping through. And then she finally went to sleep, and I was like, thank God. And for like 10 minutes, I got to watch like House Hunters.
Nice.
And then immediately came back, and she was just like changing the fucking channel or turning it up so fucking loud.
Wait, so she didn't know that she was changing it, and you didn't tell her?
No, I don't like... I guess you would call it a pushover.
Oh, I'm like that too. I'm the same
hate
way.
telling people when they're inconveniencing me.
Yeah.
Like how
you don't want to inconvenience them,
right?
Yeah.
How people are always like, "Oh yeah, if someone messes up my order, like a waiter, I'll tell them."
I don't do that.
I was like, "No, this is just what I'm eating now."
Yeah.
Like this is mine.
I used to be a waiter. Hated when people sent their food back, so I assumed that all waiters are just misanthropic like me, and they would get fucking mad that I was like, "Oh yeah, you keyed in my order wrong."
Right.
And then they would hate me, and there would be consequences.
Yeah, it's weird because like it's especially if it's like their fault, and it was like as a common mistake, like I said I wanted this instead of that, but in your head you're like, oh no, I'm gonna crumble the system if I tell them that this order is wrong. Like they're gonna get mad, and their boss is gonna get mad that they got mad, and they're gonna get fired, and they're gonna. At least this was going on in my head. I'm very neurotic.
Oh, same.
Yeah, but like, I always think like, especially like at like fast food places. Anytime they fuck up my order, I'm just like, whatever. This is. I mean, you're going to a fast food place. The expectation is low.
Yeah.
It has to be.
I assume that they're already having a shitty day, and it would ruin their day that I sent back that fucking fourth fillet of fish. You know what I'm saying? I order my burgers in single increments. I usually eat about 4 or 5, but I order them one at a time.
And you just keep going back in the drive-thru?
I always eat in. Fucking, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So the lady's changing your fucking channel the whole time.
Yeah. And so it was a 2-hour flight. And I was pissed the entire time. And the last like 30 minutes. The last like 30 minutes, she finally starts talking to us. Mm-hmm. Like my wife is sitting across. I'm sitting in the middle of these two people. Of course, my wife wanted the window seat. So I had to sit next to this crazy lady. And like the last 30 minutes, she starts talking. One of the coolest people I've ever met.
That's awesome.
Like it was so like the whole flight I was like, fuck this lady. I hope she never gets to where she's going. I hope that her bank account gets drained. But then like the last like 30 minutes I was like, I want to hang out with this lady all day every day.
Yeah.
Like she was she was from Canada. She had like a weird, it wasn't like a Canadian accent, it was like a weird accent.
Oh, probably Quebecois.
Quebecois.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's like, yeah, I travel, I do all this cool shit. Like I have condos. I'm gonna like hang out in Mexico and get some like at my condo and shit. And I was like, that's fucking awesome. And then like she gave us headphones because we didn't have headphones. We were like, oh man, like talking to ourselves, like, oh, we didn't bring the right headphones. And she's like, oh, here you go.
No, she's had spares.
I was like, oh, thanks. And then like we try to give them back to her after the flight, and she's like, no, keep them. And I was like, I hated you this whole flight. I wish we could have been friends. I wish we could have had this moment at the beginning of this flight, so I could have been like, hey lady, I really want to watch House Hunters. You're fucking with my shit right now.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, at least she was cool, man.
Yeah. On the way back from Houston, because we had a layover in Houston, there was this kid, probably in his 20s, yelling like racial slurs at this black lady because apparently like she sat in his seat and she was like, you can just sit next to me. And so he like freaked out on her.
That was on the news.
Was it?
I literally read about that on the news. You were on that flight?
Yeah.
That's so crazy, dude.
Yeah, and he said something like, he's like, I'm not racist. I've had sex with a black girl.
Yeah, dude, that was legit. They like quoted him saying that.
What?
Like on the news.
That was on the news?
Yeah. Wait, was it on the news or did you just tell me about that?
I probably just told you.
It was.
I'm glad that anything I say, you just think that it's on.
Dude, that was on CNN yesterday. That was on a fucking CNN like community blog, dude. Written by Devin Howard. I don't know the guy, but he should be a reporter.
I didn't really get to read it, but I remember listening to it.
Yeah, exactly. I always have the text-to-speech on my computer because I don't want to hurt my delicate eyes.
I don't want to get those stupid blue light exfoliate. What is it called? Like those blue light canceling fucking glasses.
Oh, those are cool, dude.
Yeah, I want them.
They're like transition lenses for millennials.
I always say like kind of like with the Comic-Con thing, like I hate the things that I like because I like them.
Exactly, because I like don't like myself and I'm like a lame person likes it.
It's like, oh, some idiot likes it. That idiot's me.
Yeah, man.
Oh, do you have any stories?
I mean, last time I went through the airport, I was wearing sweatpants and the like string was tied in a knot. And I went through the body scanner, which I know steals your soul bit by bit every time you go through it. And you all right?
Yeah, hit my elbow real hard.
Shit, that sucks. But I got called out, and he was like, "Do you want to do this in private or in public?" I was like, "Do what?" And he was like, "Well, I have to give you a full body search." And I was like, "You do?" And he was like, "Yeah." Something showed up on the scanner and like looked, and it was like a red mark where my fucking knot was tied in my sweatpants. I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Do you have any swelling in your groin area? Do you have anything down there?" And I was like, I wanted to say yes so bad because that's funny shit. Like, yeah, dude, I get it every day. You know what I'm saying?
Every day around this time, dude.
Boing, boing, boing. But he was like, all right, well, we're like I said, we can just do it in public. And he just starts feeling on my leg. And then he honked my balls. Like,
what?
It wasn't just like a cup. Like, he cupped his hand around it, then like, honk, honk, like did a little squeeze, like a light stress ball squeeze. And I like laughed. And he like got really red and then was like, "You're good to go, sir."
What if that TSA agent was like, he whenever he gets stressed, he's like, "Man, I have to stop somebody so I can honk their nuts."
I have to take it out. So I think we got our guest.
Yeah, I guess we got I guess Bryan Woolridge is here, man.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I am here, huh?
He just walked in. He wasn't
just
sitting.
walked in, just sat down, just joined the conversation.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
So what are you guys talking about?
We're talking about getting our balls honked by burly TSA agents. Not surly, mind you, big guys.
Burly with like a billion.
So just on a broader sense, transportation, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just transpo at large, my friend.
Cool.
Yeah, like
well, I'm super sorry that happened to you, my friend. It sounds like every time someone tells me a story, it always sounds traumatizing.
It was fine. I didn't care.
Oh. Well, great, man.
Yeah.
Glad you survived that.
Same.
Glad you're here on the other side.
Yeah.
No, all my traveling experiences have been fairly pleasant. I mean, I've had some weird layovers and some close calls, but
you travel a lot. Is that correct?
Not recently, but I used to a fair amount. So yeah, I understand traveling. I speak travel. I have travel stories.
Oh shit, dude! Travelese.
Yeah.
So what's like okay? So I always have this fear of like dying on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to swallow that before you like pretty much when you buy your ticket.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I never do.
You swallow that, you mean swallow a Xanax.
Well, yeah. Well, that definitely comes before you step on the plane. But no, I definitely drink before flights to calm my nerves.
What's like the
Thankfully,
scariest flight you've ever been on, if ever? Or like,
well, all right,
broaden it. What's the scariest like travel story you got?
All right, so I guess there's two scary in the senses of like, one, I'm on a shitty plane, and two, this is a shitty situation. I would say I've been in both. When I went to Europe, we were kind of like backpacking and jumping from place to place, and every now and then, like some of these planes would just be small, shitty, like pretty much like puddle jumper-esque, like just from get point A to point B in like France.
Ooh.
And it was just shitty planes, and it was real scary, and we made it like every time, and the pilots were confident, so like there was always that some calming our nerves. But
so you've been on like those like really really small
I've been on I've been on planes. I've been on all types of planes. Big,
all types of planes.
Big planes, small planes. I've gotten to fly my buddy's Cessna one time because it was like a training one, and he like, okay, like you're you're in control now. Like you take over your controller. It's you're flying a fucking plane, and all I was just holding a thing, holding like the sticks and just like shaking and trying. Like you can feel it, like the wind like trying to like fight you, and you just kind of got to hold it steady. And it was unnerving until he took it back, but it was really fun. But that wasn't scary as much as it was.
Was there anyone else in the plane?
Yeah, it was me, my buddy Daniel, and our friend Rachel, and like we were just like he was trying to log my buddy was trying to log hours to get his license.
Nice. Oh yeah, I've heard about you have to like have
you gotta rack up several hours to get your license. So like he was already flying by himself like most weekends just to rack up hours, and so he was like, hey, do you want to come? Like extra fuel's like worth it to just have company. So
dude, that always scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, like that was more I was more comfortable like in that like small tube of aluminum than I was in like some of those like European like smaller jetliners that were just like not taken care of.
Just like rusted old planes.
Yeah, that was scary. So like I've definitely experienced like, oh, this is out of my control, beyond my control, like please don't let this shitty plane fall. Please don't let me just quickly divert the plane down.
Oh, God, yeah, just full nose.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what
do I point it forward?
Yeah, you're supposed to push to the floor, yeah?
Yeah. I know you said keep it straight and hold it steady, but should I turn it real hard to the left?
I thought you inverted the x-axis.
Yeah, no, so like, but yeah. So I'm not afraid of flying, but yeah, you definitely, before you get on a plane, you definitely have to... This could be the one. I know plane accidents aren't frequent, but like haven't been lucky, you know?
Yeah. Well, on the plane that I was taking with the crazy lady, or the nice crazy lady, the pilot kept saying "Final Destination."
No.
Yeah, and I wanted to like tell.
She clearly hadn't seen it.
And but he's like, "Oh yeah, so we're gonna reach our final destination soon," and I was like, "Man, say anything. Just say destination.
Our final resting place.
we are
watering
coming up on Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
All right, so our exorcist is about to happen.
Buckle in your skin, please.
But and also, goddamn, same flight. I always like to watch like the flight attendants, because if they're freaking out, I should probably freak out. And everyone but this one guy was like cool, but this one guy like kept putting his head in his hands every time there was like turbulence. So, and I know like turbulence is like walking on like driving on a bumpy road. Like turbulence never brought down a plane. But every time it happened, he would like put his head in his hands, and I'm like, "This is it. This is how I die." Just, you know,
infectious anxiety.
Yeah, see, he was swallowing it every time there was the potential
like,
of
gulp.
it. Like anytime there it passed that just line of like not shaky plane, it was like, well, this is the one. No, it's like I cross that line once I get on the plane.
So like, you're scared up until you get to the plane.
Yeah, once I'm on the plane, like I really just kind of like accept it and zone out. Like. It's so easy to fall asleep on a plane.
Yeah, I always tell myself, like, if this plane crashes, I'll be listed on a Wikipedia article at some point and be like, this American fucking, like, crash. Like, there were...
Note on a crash page?
Yeah, dude, there were, like, 65 victims. Like, one of them was Devin Mullen, 28, of New Orleans, Louisiana.
None of the other listed.
Yeah, it's just me. I got the biggest personality on the plane. They know.
But he made himself quite known before the plane crashed.
He was screaming, singing in the rain at the top of his lungs and just downing the shooters of Bacardi.
We gave him the microphone.
He died like he lived, drinking a very small drink, drinking an alcoholic beverage and crying.
Like the goddamn band on the Titanic, he went until the very end. He sang his heart out until it hit ground.
That's all you got to do, man. Keep everybody calm.
So if like the plane was starting to go down, you would like go up to the flight attendant thing and just do like a tight five. Yeah. Just like,
listen, I've always wanted to do this, so I'm knocking this one out of the park.
Does anybody else ever think about what it would be like when the world ends? Like, you're just like getting hunted by cannibals and they want to fucking eat you and they make you put Sweet Baby Ray's on your butt and they say, I want to eat your butt, but not in like a sexual way. Anybody else know that?
Everybody's just like, man, I hope this plane goes down faster.
Like, well, it's dead.
Does anybody have a light we could give him? Does anybody? Can you just flash the cabin light, please?
I'm getting the light here. I guess I have 1 minute left.
Dude, that would be so shitty if like this was your last set and like someone gave you the light.
Hey, sorry, man. Like we got like 10 other comics trying to go.
I'm sorry, I'm going over. I'm fucking dying.
Sorry, we only get 3 minutes here.
Yeah,
So
but the lady before me got 5. Like, sorry, dude. I mean, we're just
she's a
running out of
regular.
time.
Oh, the best way to die is just to get like shushed off stage like like the Sandman from the Apollo.
Oh yeah,
Some
dude.
guy just comes up and like sweeps you off the stage.
God, just to be a footnote of history is more than like anybody could ever aspire to be. You know what I'm saying? Just even being a footnote is like, oh shit, you did something.
Well,
dumbo.
everything's a footnote in history.
I mean, not me taking a dump today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
no one's writing that down.
Oh, I wrote it in your Wikipedia
Maybe
page.
you.
Have you not seen it?
No.
I've just been writing every time you've taken shits.
Oh, you have a dump diary too?
Yeah. Wait, is that a real thing?
A dump diary, dude.
Dump diary?
Don't you have to provide references on Wikipedia?
Yeah, you.
How do you
Yeah, see
just
picture.
videos of him shitting?
Yeah, dude. No, they scan your dump diary. You track your log, you know, or your loaf, and
log.
yeah, your loaf log.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, poop, dude. It's good. It's good stuff.
So you said you went backpacking in Europe, yeah?
More or less, yeah. Like
what-
we didn't stay in like hot. Like we kind of ritzed it. We did like hotels, preferably.
So, so with like so I never understood like what backpacking, like what it is. So it's basically just like if you like you have a bunch of money and then you're like, I want to know what it's like to be poor.
All right,
So you go
all
to
right. See, this is the thing. Like I didn't like that wasn't the mentality go into it. We just kind of wanted to go and see a bunch of different cities and places in Europe.
Yeah.
That was kind of the goal. And again, we took planes, and like a couple times we took a train, and like we stayed in
You
like
also take
nicer
automobiles?
places, like good hotel.
You take automobiles?
Yeah, on occasion we took a cab.
Nice.
We took an automobile on occasion because you kind of you have to every now and then. Like not everywhere. Like we did stay like public transportation friendly places, like Paris, Rome, Amsterdam's fucking great.
Of course it is.
Yeah, for several reasons. It's very much like New Orleans, which is great too. But yeah, so I don't know if I was so much backpacking because like I definitely have friends and know people who did the traditional like I'm just gonna pack up a bunch of shit and go to Europe and bounce around like as cheaply as possible for as long as possible. And I just like I got to see what I wanted to see and I got to do it comfortably. Like
Sorry.
I don't know. It's a little spoiled, I guess, but it was like I had fun.
Well,
it was worth it.
I've always been afraid because I've always wanted to do it. Like I've always wanted to want to do it.
You just motivation. You want motivation.
Normal people want to do
like
this.
I think I more want the option to do it. Like
Okay, yeah.
I want to be in the place where I can like I could do this if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
And I mean like I don't like leaving my house, let alone the country.
Yeah.
But I would always like I'm terrible with money. So the second I got there, I'm like, oh, look at this cool ruby necklace, and then I have no money.
Yeah. Oh no, spending was definitely something like I had to be careful about over there. Because like again, we were already doing it comfortably, so like to go out and just like any city there's like city here, man. Like fucking prices are jacked up in like popular tourist hubs, like so like we really and we didn't know the area that well at the time, so like we just kind of had to stick around the like what was popular. So we didn't get the full taste of like Europe, I guess.
You didn't see any like seedy fucking like Taken underbellies or like what's that
Hostel?
movie? Hostel. I love that.
Yeah. Did
movie.
you see any bloodhound tattoos?
Yeah.
No. Okay. So, funny story. The first time I went to Amsterdam, it was like right after high school, and we got super fucked up because like at 18 over there, you can do pretty much whatever an adult does here. I went out to I was with a group of friends. We went out to a club, and I just remember like dancing and drinking, and everybody at this club fucking staring at me. And I was, and granted, it was Amsterdam, and I was like pretty young at the time, and like high and drunk, but like,
and you were also dancing,
and I was also mad hard white boy dancing. But it wasn't until like sometime later that like, you know, and it freaked me out the whole trip. Like the rest of the trip, I was like, oh shit, are people watching me? And like until we left Amsterdam and I sobered up. Like it took me years to, like of reflecting to be like, oh yeah, I was wearing my Letterman jacket.
You were wearing like an American, like
I was.
You were wearing like what they think.
I might as well.
Is.
Yeah. I might as well have been like wearing an American flag, like windbreaker, and it was, and just like it was cold over there, and like that was the warmest jacket I had at the fucking time, and like I didn't think about it, and like yeah, of course, like if somebody showed up at a bar I was at and was dancing in a Letterman jacket,
yeah,
I'd stare.
Right, you would do that here in the States.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't until I was in a bar some years later reflecting on people who looked like jackasses at a bar.
Oh, dude, I wore a Letterman jacket for a few months in 2015 to 16. I found my middle school one. I had lost a ton of weight, and I fit into it.
Nice.
So I wore it all the time. People would always rip on me. But then finally one person came up to me at a bar and said, it's a cool-ass jacket, and vindicated those entire few months. So I feel you, bro.
So, all right, so let me throw this out there. I still have that Letterman jacket.
Yes.
Is it cool to wear those? Like, and now, like, is there, like, clearly college freshmen, all of college isn't the appropriate time to wear a Letterman jacket.
I have a legit answer for that.
Okay.
I feel, okay, so I bought a cowboy hat and when I went to Mexico. Mm-hmm. And when I bought it, I was like, this is going to be cool. And then a lot of people gave me shit. But the more I wore it, and the more I was like, this, like, I fucking, like, I like this. Mm-hmm. It gave you, I think you can wear whatever you want, as long as you have, like, some form of confidence with it.
Yeah, you own it, dude.
Oh, there was zero confidence behind this Letterman jacket
I'm sure.
at the time. That's why I was wearing the Letterman jacket. It made me look bigger.
But dude, like real shit, if I, like, you're my friend. If I saw you at if I was like walking in a bar and saw you wearing a Letterman's jacket, I'd be like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
like
cool.
100%. Like I would not
a jacket with your name on it?
Yeah, it's cool.
That's pretty dope. Dude. Now that like I'm limited to like hoodies.
Dude, yeah, I wore the one that said Devin on it. I left it at a dude's house, and he fucking Facebook messaged me and said, yo, I think I have your Letterman jacket. And I was like, I wonder how you know.
Oh, this is the name on it? Or is it the fact that I was a varsity tennis player?
It's actually swimming.
Runner up.
It was swimming, dude.
What did you get the Letterman's jacket for?
All right, so I qualified for the jacket for choir.
Yeah.
I went to one of those schools, but like I didn't get the choir patch. I got the tennis patch because I was on the tennis team and did play.
So you got the Letterman's jacket for choir, and they were like, nah, that's lame. We'll get it for tennis.
Yeah, well, like, so you had, like, when they gave out the forms, so, like, if I recall correctly, when they gave out the forms, like, you had to, like, what did you, like, here's what you can get a Letterman jacket in, and for whatever reason, mine was listed as choir. And I was in choir, you know, it wasn't a mistake. I was just, like, I didn't know that was something you could letter in. And then there was a section, like, what patches, like, do you want on it that, like, you qualify for it. And so I was like, well, tennis, and please don't put the music patch on there.
For the love of God,
yeah, like, yeah, because some kids got the music patch, like the band or the choir patch, and like, I mean, I mad respect to choir and band kids, but like, I'm not gonna rep that.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry.
Dude, we had a choir band, so it was for church. They would set up like a drum set, like amps for guitar and shit, and I was the lead singer of our choir band.
Wait, so it was like the polyphonic spree?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
There was like 10 people in this band.
This is great.
There was like 4 guitarists. There was like a drummer who only played like hardcore music. Like, it was that time of my life. So he would try to like put like double bass into like church songs, which was amazing. So I'd be like, oh Jesus, I love you.
So what could I plug into Google to find more of this?
So here's the thing. So we got a big gig playing the open house in the back on a stoop, and I was fucking killing it. By the way, yeah, dude. This was like our like Radio City Music Hall.
Oh,
And I was just like fucking nailing it. And there was this guy who he had like the V guitar, you know?
Yeah, V.
And people called him the Dragon Slayer.
That's cool as fuck because of the band.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
but he was a fucking idiot. Like no one liked him, and I'm pretty sure now that I'm saying it out loud, he came up with the name Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
And,
he gave himself that nickname.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's a good one.
And while we were doing this, it was like at the end, we're like packing up and shit, and he goes, "Hey, you're not that good at singing. Maybe you should quit." And I was like, "All right, cool. I'll see you later." And then I never performed again
Jesus.
because of the
Dragon
I was
Man.
taken down by the Dragon Slayer, dude.
Oh no, dude. Well, I'm glad. I'm not glad. That sucks.
Actually, dude, now that I think about it, why didn't they call me the Dragon?
Oh,
Because first of all, I was spitting hot fire with my voice, my beautiful voice,
There you go.
and I was slain by the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, he killed your music career.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to go wrestle. And then I was the state champion in wrestling.
Did you
you
ever
can
wrestle?
jump on this still. I feel like it's not too late to become the dragon.
Yeah, dude. We can start a band.
If I swear to God, I will not be sad if you guys started calling me Dragon.
I mean, that's a good nickname, dude.
Oh,
Just
did you just give yourself that nickname though by like willing it upon us to
Yes.
call you? Okay,
Guys, please call me Dragon.
Old Dragon.
Please
Well, thank you.
change my
fucking
name in your
dragon.
phone to Dragon.
Yeah, dude, it's better than what they call me. It's dipshit.
Hey, nerd.
Yeah. Hey, you stupid piece of shit. Get out of the street.
Like, what Christian band did that to you?
12 stones.
Yeah. Quicker on the draw than me. God damn. Yeah, dude. It was 12 stones.
Jars of clay.
So what's funny? So the guy who ran the band was like this 85-year-old dude who knew nothing about like normal, like not normal, but like contemporary music. He only listened to like Christian music, but he would listen to Christian rock. So whenever he's like, all right, guys, I have an idea for this song or how I want the song to be. Here's some albums. And he would give us like 12 Stones. And I can't even think of like other bands.
Where did he stand on Creed?
Creed? I'm sure he loved them.
Posers.
Not once did they say God in their goddamn music.
I don't hear her say Jesus never.
Our hit #1 single was Jesus Freak. I don't know if you ever heard this song.
I'm a Jesus freak.
Yeah, it's
Jesus
like,
freak.
what will people
Super
think when
freaking
they
now.
hear that I'm a Jesus freak? Dude, it is. If you're listening, look up that song right now and listen.
It's like too hard to handle, but it's fucking Jesus freak.
Dude, but it killed every time because it was like the only like kind of rock song that we played. So
what else did this band play other than rock?
it was church music. It was
like hymns and shit.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So that was the thing, and like when
I thought
it was
this was like a Christian rock band.
when
with
it was
kids
like
in
church intermission or whatever, or like the after church, we would play Jesus Freak, and everyone would go apeshit because we're not playing hymns and psalms and shit like that anymore.
Did you ever play Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat shit?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
I had a guy try to tell me, he's like, yo, you probably don't like musicals and shit. And I'm like, you're wrong. I was in musicals. But he's like, yeah, like, I bet you never heard Joseph in his Technicolor Dreamcoat. That's the most rockin' musical of all time. And I was just like, wait, what? I was like, so now I'm intrigued in this conversation. He's like, check this shit out. Pulls it up on his phone and made me sit and watch the whole fucking 5-minute video of them rocking the fuck out in the desert. And I was just like, dog, like, I don't know. I don't really like Joseph or his fucking Dreamcoat.
I enjoyed Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, but like I'm not gonna be like that's the most hardcore.
So I found it. The band's name is DC Talk.
This
Oh,
is
I
your
know
band.
DC Talk.
Wait, this is your band?
No, this is the song that we had to sing. I'll play a little.
Oh,
I should-
Jesus
should I-
freaky.
Dude, my fucking
Yeah.
holy roller cousin tried to get me to listen to DC Talk one time at Thanksgiving like 10 years ago.
Oh, this is an ad. We can't put the ad on there, so we have to talk through it.
Whoa.
There's no ad. This is no ad. This is not an ad.
This is not an ad.
No ads. No ads. It's Pepsi. Pepsi Cola. Everybody. Oh.
Wait, do you have the rights to the song?
Whatever. I'm sure if DC Talk tried to come at us,
Yeah,
and
this might
and
help
sue
them.
us. Dude, this is so rad.
It is pretty
Wait,
rad.
so y'all played something which sounded like this?
Kind of a little bit. It didn't sound like we didn't do the
a bunch of kids.
Yeah, it was a bunch of 16 and 15-year-old
Kids Bop version of this already Christian song. Oh, there's a drop.
Dude, this song. Okay, I can't play the whole thing, but this song goes hard.
Yo,
But like, imagine.
I'd jam out to that as a
like,
12-year-old.
Imagine hearing an hour's worth of like, Jesus, I love you, and then like, like, dude, that shit goes hard.
Yeah, when the strobes hitting sermon, that's when I know shit's getting real. When Jesus is really there.
hearing that guy's singing voice, I don't know why, but I just got like an inkling that that's probably the kind of dude that's like 28 in that band that tries to fuck teenagers.
Yeah, like Lost Prophets.
Like for sure. No, that dude fucked babies. That shit's so fucked. But no,
shit.
he's like Jesse Lacey, like brand new guy.
Oh yeah,
For sure, like on MySpace, fucking trying to pick up kids. Fuck DC Talk. I just made that assumption about them, and it's gonna stick in my brain.
You know what, DC Talk, come after us.
You're pieces of
Do a
shit,
cease and
DC
desist on this episode. I swear, dude. If they
Please don't
sent
hold
us
this
a
against
cease
me,
and desist-
DC.
I'm tagging them on Instagram,
No,
calling
Brian,
them pedos.
he's shaking his head. He loves it too.
No. Don't drag me down in this lawsuit.
If they
That's
sent us
clearly
like,
inevitable.
a fucking subpoena or some shit, I would frame that shit.
Oh, fuck
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I would get
pictures
tattooed on my
like-
back.
Dude, thumbs up next to it, tag ourselves in it, and tag them on Instagram. Be like, here's the fucking subpoena DC talks to young kids on
mean,
MySpace, you piece
That
of
should
shit.
just be the goal.
Welcome to Making Assumptions with Devin and Devin.
We're gonna do this until we get subpoenas. and do
And they want some
cease and
penis, am I
desists.
right?
Oh!
Come at us,
Kids.
lawyers.
Woof.
Come at us, law boys.
I'll take you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, dude. No,
We're
that's
so
a-
rich now.
It's a good segment, dude. We can fucking do this about so many bands. Like
Oh, yeah.
RHCP. Oh my god. We
Oh shit, the Red Hots.
Accusing different bands of like shit and just hopes that like one of them it's like oh, no, you gotta stop. Hoping that you get your own Metallica to step up and be like, this is
With
enough.
no knowledge if they've done it or not. Just
Yeah.
they seem like it.
Unironically, I'm pretty sure that Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails is the sole source of the opioid crisis. I'm pretty sure
Wait,
he's been pushing different painkillers in rural areas of America for the last 25 years. Just
Okay.
telling them first one's free. You know what I mean? That's old Tramadol Trent for you. That's what we used to call him. Now I made that up, but it could stick.
yeah, that's great.
Oh man, I'm so glad we got to
so
talk
true.
about traveling and see.
Transportation.
Transpo.
So yeah, I think that's it, man. I wish we could talk more about conspiracies about bands.
Oh, I love celebrity conspiracies.
What a
Like,
shitty podcast theme that would be. Just
Yeah, just like calling out.
conspiracies.
It's called Call Them Out.
call them
Calls
out.
them out.
Well, I mean, we definitely have to have you on again to talk about conspiracies with celebrities.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah, we'll finish. We'll put
Because we know how comfortable
pin in
you
this
are.
conversation. And we'll just pick it up
By
later.
the way you're sitting, you're so comfortable with
Oh
this.
yeah. We can talk about my massage next time.
Oh, we didn't talk about the
shit.
massage.
Yeah, we'll talk about your massage. We'll talk about celebrity conspiracies.
All right, yeah.
We'll tease them with the massage.
Massage artist Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
Pretty
thank
much.
you for coming on, man. I really
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me. It was a good time just talking with you guys and not listening to you guys talk for the first 10 minutes and conveniently walking in.
Yeah,
at the
you
appropriate time.
walked in at the most opportune time, man.
It, was,
It's so
it, was,
good.
it seems this was destiny. This podcast seems destiny.
Yeah, you weren't even supposed to be on the show.
Oh,
Yeah, I just invited you
Okay.
over to hang out.
Yeah, and then you showed up right when we needed you to come on the show.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
Yeah.
oh, well, glad I could be that guy.
All right. So we should have a website soon.
Yeah.
But we also have Twitter, which is my other buddy Dev. Correct.
Yeah, but you can just type in my other buddy Devin, it'll show up.
Yeah.
It's everything. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook is my other buddy Devin. Fucking look it up. Follow us. We got funny videos. We got
Nice.
We're gonna have our boy Brian in a video soon. I know he didn't agree to it yet, but I just
We're just gonna do it.
I'll probably agree to it.
hell yeah.
And we also have a regular show the third Saturday of every month. We have a show at Bank Street Bar, 4401 Bank Street at 8 p.m. It's a variety show that we put together. We do some improv games and we have some characters on, have some fun.
Oh yeah.
And we also every show we're gonna give a commemorative pin. and we're gonna burp in your ears. But we're gonna have a button every month. It's gonna be a different button.
Hell yeah.
Like kind of a collector's item. It's free.
Collect them all,
nice.
dude.
Everything's free. Just come out.
I like
Yeah.
free stuff.
I mean, that's what's up. Get all the pins. You bring them in. Maybe we'll give you a friggin' prize.
Yeah,
all
you
right?
never know.
Get 10 flair. You get free access to the free show.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Think about that, listeners. Maybe you want it.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. See y'all next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye,
right.
Internet.
This has been a Yeah Deed Media production. For more info and content, go to yeahdeed.com.